Hi, it's Therese and Lostinpaper, and today we're going to be making some snowflake leaves. So before we get to that though, I am going to work on my sentiment first. So I am doing some heat embossing, so I've just used my anti-static powder on the cardstock, my Versamark ink, and this is a great sentiment. It's from the Festive Cheer set, which has some beautiful fonts and lots of different really lovely Christmas sayings that you can use on your cards. And I decided to use the Ranger liquid platinum embossing powder. It's kind of a nice warm grey colour, and it's a really pretty embossing powder. It always works well, and this is a really fine, the fonts in this stamp are really fine, and this powder just ate it up. It was beautiful. And so then I decided that I wanted to create this into a sentiment panel, and I've grabbed this is the center die out of the Pillow Box die set from Penny Black, and you can actually use this die to create like a label for the actual pillow box, and I thought it would work perfectly here for this sentiment. This is the Snowflake Duo die, and it's kind of a rounded edge on this. It's not one of those real sharp snowflake edges, and I saw someone else use it from the Penny Black team as a leaf kind of image, and I thought it looked fantastic, so I've borrowed that idea. If I can find the actual card or item, I will try and link it at my blog and the YouTube. It'll be in the YouTube description below. So I've just cut out a heap of those, the two different sizes in the Snowflake Duos, out of a couple of different green cardstocks. Stamped out a little mouse. This is from the it's not. It's from the Deck the Halls set, which is a cute critter Christmas set. And I stamped it directly on my card front using some tuxedo black, colouring in with some Prismacolor pencils. I'm just doing some really simple colouring here. I'm not going to be blending with my Gamsol, just using the actual pencil itself to blend. And I do that just by adding the colour to the cardstock, coming back with the lighter colour, and then sort of going over the edges, if that makes sense. There is a blending pencil in the Prismacolor pencil set, and it works fairly well too. If I'm going to blend, I usually prefer to use the Gamsol though. I don't know if you can have a fluffy red scarf, but this little mouse wanted one. I decided to go with, I wanted him to stand out a little bit more. So therefore, he got a fluffy red scarf. And one of the main reasons that I did use the Prismacolor pencils on this image was because it's directly on the card front. That way, if I had to use my Copics, they would have actually seeped through and you would have been able to see them on the reverse side of the card. And I didn't want to have to worry about covering up the inside of the card. And I really like the look of Prismacolor on critters. I did ground my image just with some warm greys and added a bit of shading. So now to add the snowflake leaves. What I've done here is kind of just put them roughly on the center of the card, because at the moment that's a one layer card, and I can roughly work out where I want the snowflakes to be. And I'm using some, I think they're 1/2 inch. These are glue dots, and I love glue dots for this sort of thing because they do add a little bit of dimension, and you can remove them and re-adhere them. You've got a bit of time, so if you don't quite get something in the right place, you can lift them off and then re-adhere them. I could have cut the snowflakes leaves in half and got twice the mileage out of them. I just thought it'd be easier to add the glue dot, a large one, behind the edge of the snowflake, and that way it would hold really well. I think that these would look fantastic in a wreath, and that's on my to-do list as well. I just haven't had time to do it this year, and like, what is it? Just over a week till Christmas, so I'm not going to. I then decided to add some fun foam. This is a nice thick fun foam to the back of my panel, because it didn't actually warp too badly with the heat embossing, and I'm just using some score tape to hold that in place. I like to use my grid lines to make sure that everything's nice and straight and centered, And as a final touch, I did get some, these are a Queen & Co. I think they're quite a deep red. They're pearls, like self-adhesive pearls. And I could put some of these things on, all these embellishments, I could put them on every single card for the rest of my year and I would still have embellies left now that I've found Nouveaux. I'm hardly using these at all. But anyway, that's my card for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again real soon. Till then, happy paper crafting. Bye.